What's up, everybody? Yeah, that's right. It's that time of year again. College football is back. Everybody's excited. I'm pumped up. Finally waited friggin' however many weeks with basketball, and then you got to deal with baseball for so long, and then we're finally past that, and college football is here. Week one usually is a little bit, we never really know what to expect, what could happen, what's going on. You know, you hear all the preseason hype and then the letdowns and what have you. So we try to keep it all together, and well, regardless, it's here. It kicks off Thursday night. We got a couple games coming on, but this weekend is going to be huge. One of the biggest in college football ever. We have games all day. I know my ass is going to be glued to the chair watching football all day long. So let's get into the real the games coming up and what we can kind of expect. All right, week one. Kicking it off with Oklahoma and Houston. Houston's back in the top 20, kind of a teeter-tottering team. You kind of hear from them year in, year out. They're going in the back, whatever. The matchup should be interesting, but regardless, I mean, you know, it's still a top 20 teams battling it out. Next, you have UCLA, Texas A&M. A&M's not even ranked, coming in against a hard Bruins team. Next big matchup, once again, a Wisconsin team that is unranked, playing LSU. They're playing at Lambeau. Les Miles has made his statement saying none of the Tigers will do the Lambeau leap into the crowd. Will they? I don't know. We shall see. Next up is Georgia UNC, an ACC, SEC team. Georgia's looking to, Mark Richt's gone. How are they going to rebound from that? You have Alabama USC. Lane Kiffin returning to battle his former team. We shall see how that one goes. They're blowing this one up, the Notre Dame Texas game. I don't think it's going to be close, but regardless, it's going to be on Sunday. And then for the Monday night game, Florida State Ole Miss. It's going to be big time college football this weekend. So let's get into a little bit about some of the Heisman hopefuls coming up for this year. Now, when you start talking about Heisman's, it's kind of hard to just say, well, you have this guy, you have this guy, you have this guy. Without the season starting, we don't know how people are going to perform, injury-wise, whatever else. You're just kind of going off of what you had the prior year and what people are kind of talking about. And I think one of the people you have to talk about is Christian McCaffrey from Stanford. He's maybe one of the best all-purpose players in college football right now. He's a threat regardless. It's Stanford having him is a real big reason why Stanford is in the top 10 right now, and he's arguably one of the best players in the country. Next is going to be Mr. Fournette down in LSU. There's no question there. He's probably one of the best tailbacks we've ever seen play the game, arguably in the top 10. If he can stay healthy, one, LSU's probably going to lose him. He's probably not going to stick around. Two, if he can stay healthy and have a great year, maybe beat an Alabama, you're looking at the Heisman. It's all about style points, and next is your yardage. So Leonard Fournette has got to be up there. Next is Mr. Cook from Florida State. I love seeing ACC players, obviously being biased, being a Virginia Tech fan, but having ACC players, rattle the cage a little bit as far as being Heisman talk. And then after that, I have to put another one up there. Deshaun Watson from Clemson. I mean, he took his boys undefeated last year and lost to a very good Alabama team. But regardless, he's probably one of the top 4 players in the college football right now. All 4 of them are. So that's our Heisman hopefuls. Let's get into our conference picks and then our picks for week 1. All right, conference picks. It's easy, in my opinion, sitting down week 1 saying, yep, well, these are going to be the 1, 2, and 3 on each one of the conferences. So it is what it is. Starting off with ACC, a lot of people are going to hate me. There's a lot of argument there, but Clemson, I think, once again has a chance, is going to win the ACC and arguably take another shot at the national title. They lost a lot of talent, but if anybody's been paying attention to Clemson's recruiting, these guys are stacking. And I'm not talking about for next year. I'm talking about the next couple of years. And if Clemson keeps up this pace, they're going to be unstoppable, in my opinion. Granted, yes, they play in the ACC. They don't play the the type of competition like the other ones. But as long as you're winning and you can win that game in the playoffs, then it doesn't really matter. Next in the Big Ten is going to be Ohio State. I know Michigan State was the big one last year. I think that a lot of talent's left, and Urban Meyer is not going to be having that. They're not going to drop that game this year. Their schedules, they should be able to, in my opinion. Next is going to be the Big Ten, the Big 12, Oklahoma. I mean, there's no question there. Texas isn't even remotely close, and no one else is. It's not going to happen. The boys are stacked. They're going to win it hands down easily. The Pac-12, I have to stay behind my boy McCaffrey out there in Stanford. I think Stanford's got it. UCLA might give them a little bit of a run. I don't think USC, for some reason, they just cannot win the big games, or they just drop one that they shouldn't. Stanford is going to win the Pac-12. Last but not least, the SEC. Auburn's down and out. Georgia might have a chance. Doubt it. Come on. Are you serious right now? It's Bama. It's all day. It's Roll Tide. Nick Saban, the powerhouse, the dynasty, all of them that's it. I mean, LSU might give them a shot. LSU was young last year. They're going to be very good this year. They're going to be very good next year. But regardless, it's Alabama. So that's that. So let's get into our Week 1 picks. All right, Week 1 is here. It starts tonight. We got USC and Vandy. South Carolina coming off, I think they were 3-9 last year. I mean, yeah, to the Gamecock faithful out there in Columbia, South Carolina, it was not the season that they hoped, and I know that a couple 10-win seasons for them, they kind of heads got about this big. And yes, I know you play in the SEC, but regardless, boys, 3-9, okay? So, don't get too, ahead of yourselves here. You guys still aren't going to go on a 10-win season, let's be honest. Regardless, you should be able to beat Vandy. I'm going to pick you guys tonight, or we'll be watching, just because Columbia is near my heart. So, go Gamecocks. You guys should pick this one up. Friday night, you got Kansas State against Stanford. It's no question there, but it's the game for Friday night. So I'm going to take Stanford on that one. Kicking it off Saturday, Oklahoma is going to win big. They're going to beat Houston. It's not going to be a challenge. They're throwing Houston up here as to being this team that's going to come in and, the top 20 or 15 and, whatever. Oklahoma, double digits, Oklahoma. Texas A&M, UCLA. And everybody's going, ooh, Pac-12, A&M's not even ranked. Well, that ain't a good thing. Texas A&M is going to win this ballgame. Do not turn your head on Texas A&M. They've got talent. They recruit in the state of Texas, and they're in the SEC. So I'm taking Texas A&M over UCLA. Next up, Lambeau Field, LSU, Wisconsin. Yes, Wisconsin's not ranked. Stay with my boy Leonard. Fournette is a monster, and he's going to have a big game. Okay, opening Saturday up there. They're playing in a big, Packer Stadium and the Packers, and you got to take LSU and you got to take Fournette against Wisconsin. Next, Georgia, UNC. Yes, I'm ACC. Yes, I don't think that just because you play in the SEC, you're the greatest team that's ever walked the face of the damn planet. Regardless, I think Chubb and company in Georgia is going to take UNC. I don't think that UNC is big enough to play against Georgia. They're replacing Marquise Williams, who was a stud. So you have a new guy at quarterback. Yes, they have Elijah Wood, Hill, whatever. But yeah, I mean, you can't. It's not going to be there. I'm going to take Georgia over UNC. Next, Bama, USC. Lane Kiffin against his old team. Doesn't matter. Bama's going to take this one. Might be a lot closer than people think, but Bama's still going to take it. Next, when they booked this game, there were probably high hopes for one of these teams. Clemson and Auburn. Yes, Clemson and Auburn. Everybody, like I said, when they probably signed this agreement, Auburn was a good team. Well, it's not going to be close to Sean Watson's man. Clemson's going to win this one probably by double digits as well. Next, yes, Strong is down there in Texas. Notre Dame, Texas. It's not going to be close. Come on, y'all serious right now? Yes, it's the Longhorns, the damn whatever. Okay, fine. It doesn't matter. Notre Dame's going to take that one easily. And on Monday, Florida State, Ole Miss. And a lot of people are going to hate me. A lot of my friends are Florida State fans, and they're probably going to angry text messages and Facebook posts about how bad I am. Ole Miss over Florida State. Yes, Cook is a monster. It's fine. I'm taking Ole Miss on the upset. So there's your 10 picks for week 1. Hope everybody has a great first weekend of college football, and we'll see you back here next week. Peace.